I say it's more never wait for anything in terms of life to come to you in terms of life, and just be making sure that you understand that if they're never with you now, it's because of some reason about life. I mean, it may be because you may be obese or you may be overweight. I mean, it may be because you. I mean, it may be because of your status in life. I mean, it may be because of your success or because of money, and that's why they never want to be around you. Or you may be a drug addict, or you may be sick. I mean, you may be in a handicap. I mean, you may have no arms and limbs. Such as, you must understand that what is important is you must understand that if you have no arms and limbs, like Nick Vujicic, then understand that you have everything in the words. Or else the words is everything. So if you're focusing on words today much more than anything else, and you just focus on just relaxing in a way that you're talking, but you're looking toward a greater way of life, to just speak out. I mean, speak out to people much more. I mean, just talk to yourself all day long. But there's so much more that I can say, and there's so much more that I can do. And now, because I understand it's all the words, and the words is everything. But it's just funny how I understand. I understand that you have to do the work yourself. I mean, people care to the amount that you care. I mean, that's it. I mean, if you care so much about people, then you have to talk more. I mean, that's it. I mean, that's the only way. I mean, there's nothing else to do except talk more. But that's why you're focusing on a greater life. I mean, focus on something that helps you grow really quickly, because that way you're learning the art of making sure that you have a greater life. I mean, the greater life is the best life, and you're making sure that you have more than enough to succeed every single day is the whole point. I mean, the whole point of success is write more words and do more words every single day. Brush, there's nothing else to do. Brush every single day. Just look at your nice and beautiful life and be able to plan very quickly about what you want to say and what you want to do. But the more you give the words, the better. Brush, that's how you move forward. I mean, you move forward very quickly through making sure that you are having a great time with yourself. And if you're having a great time with yourself, then guess what? I mean, that's the whole point, isn't it? And the whole point is making sure that no matter what, that you can go and grow yourself in different ways, and you can make sure every single day you're learning the art of becoming a greater interest in yourself to succeed in different ways. But make sure all the time that if you're cold, then make sure you understand it's much more how I feel that the nice and beautiful cold area over here, because of the air over here, which is never cold nor hot. I can say it's much more how I need to cover up. I need to cover up because I feel that the air that I breathe, I need to go and really, really dwell upon making sure I have more success. I mean, do you guys understand? So if I focus upon doing something that is helping me or else when I do something that is helping me live life in a way that is helping me move forward, I'm pretty sure that's the whole point. I'm pretty sure the whole point is making sure I'm more successful than everybody. And that's the whole point. I mean, you just want to be more successful than everybody else, because what you say about your life is what is. I mean, that's the whole point. I promise you all though, that if you really, really need to do anything in life, then focus on giving more words. Promise, the more words you give, the better for you. But if you feel really, really that you have to go to sleep or something like that, then understand that no matter what, it's more how you have to feel. I mean, you have to feel yourself doing greater. I mean, you have to be attacking. I mean, you have to be attacking the audio program. I mean, be attacking the audio program much more. And be able to talk to it and talk to it and talk to it, because it's much greater for you to talk than to walk. Understand? I mean, if you can talk, then you can live life. But if you can never talk, then beware. I mean, you must talk. I mean, you must understand that those people who can never talk can never even live life. I mean, in a sense, to make sure you understand that no matter what, that you have everything in your power right now to succeed, and to succeed much more. And if you just will yourself, will yourself with energy right now to focus on never sleeping. Focus on making sure that if you want to do anything to help your life to succeed, then focus on lifting yourself right now. Lift yourself always in different ways. But I'm understanding anyway that if you want to go and really, really dwell upon life in different ways, then make sure you understand that no matter what, that you find better interests. What is your interest and why? Your interest has to be you. You must understand that if you feel that you need to sleep and every single day you feel you have to go and do much better, then go ahead. Go ahead. Make sure you sleep 1 hour and a little bit. That's the whole point. The whole point is making sure you have more enough. Have more than enough to succeed, because that's how you grow.
See you guys. So anyway, I just had to go sleep a bit. But the main thing is that if you're reading something and you're doing something around your life where you want to become something more for yourself, and you want to make sure that you're living life to the fullest, then make sure you're doing audio programs all day long with yourself, and be tackling the video camera in terms of the audio camera and everything, and be able to just pronounce your voice much better in front of people. Because what it's about, I understand, is reading in a way that you're understanding that what you can do is always deliver content to people regardless of where you are, and that way you can always do something much more like this, where you can go and dwell upon a greater way for yourself. So the main thing is that you understand I drink tap water, and because I drink tap water I save a lot of money. And how much money do I save? I promise you, I save over $50,000 over my lifetime just for drinking tap water. So I understand that what's important is understand that if you're in a country where the water is very poor, then go and get yourself water then. But in Australia, the water is fairly good, and I was in Australia, the tap water is good, and there's no doubt about it that you can drink tap water in Australia. So that's why I'm understanding anyway that what I do now is I have some work to do around music production. But I'm just sitting in front of the heater here and I'm making sure I'm warming myself up. And I did sleep a bit, but I was in fatigue and I felt like sleeping a bit. So either way, I realize now, since I'm actually understanding now, I have some music production to do. I have some beautiful uploading content to do. And also I have to upload my contents in Instagram. I have to go on Instagram. So what I do now first is I understand first that my music production is much more than my Instagram. So I'd rather go and do my music production first, because that way I focus upon understanding that it's always the case. And it's always the case that my music production is always first up before my Instagram. And it's because with music production I make money with music production. But with Instagram, that's all side hustle where it's all for free. I do that for free. I'd rather do something I make money with first than something I do for free. Whereas now, this year, I'm making money giving you the audio programs here. I'm making money. You must understand that because I'm doing it for free, yes, I'm still making money on it because I'm teaching myself everything. I'm teaching myself everything in terms of what I'm doing. But because I'm so successful every single day, I'm making sure you guys understand that every single day recently, I have some people in my life over here where I'm doing so great that they love me so much. And because I'm doing great, I'm understanding that no matter what, I can always check messages while I'm actually doing my content over here. But the thing is that if you want to make yourself a great potential in life and you want to do something great for yourself and you want to do something that's helping you move forward, then go ahead and just be kinder to people in a way that you reply to them here and there if you have to. But if you never reply to them, then guess what? It looks good on you always. I mean, why is that? Because if you write to me and I never reply to you, I look very popular, don't I? I promise you, and that's because I understand that. I understand that if you go around replying to everybody, then how do you have time for yourself? I mean, go and make sure that you can go and prosper yourself to succeed daily, and so that you can go and find more wisdom for yourself to be more somebody, in terms of more of somebody who is better than a loser in life. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that once I do much better, I understand just drink some water and then I get into my music production now. And what I need to be doing is I need to go and export my music production. And I first have to go and do that, and I have to listen back to my music production. So I'd rather just do this first. I'd rather just make sure I go and listen and re-listen to my music tracks with earphones. And why is that? Because to do that is great for myself, to be able to recollect something that helps me grow. And because I'm willing to just let it be, and I'm willing to just upload my contents over here, and I'm willing to just understand much more about life, I'm understanding that I need to go and grow myself regardless. And I need to make sure that you guys have content to deliver in a way that's working out for you. So what I'm doing now is I'm understanding that my nice and beautiful content here is uploading. And now I understand something over here about life. I'm understanding that I want to be able to just rename my files over here. And I want to make sure that I can tell the difference between the nice and beautiful tracks. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure that my nice and beautiful track here says MP3, so I can always identify that. And I want to make sure I'd make a new file over here that says Dinotopia. I say Dinotopia intro. I have to say intro because it's that kind of vibe. And what I want to do is I want to just place it into the folder so I can go and do better. And that's that. And then also I have my nice and beautiful soundtrack over here, which is going online now. But making sure that no matter what, guys, that you guys understand something. That if you're going and doing greater, then just make sure that you're doing something to help yourself. So now with this track, I want to make sure that I am exporting. I have to export the 16-bit version. And why is that? Because that's just the way it is. But I'm understanding now that I need to go and do that. So here we go. Now, since I upload a lot of content, I just export this content here, and then I have to go listen back to my music production. So I use my other phone to do that while I'm talking to you, while also being able to just recoil something that is nice and beautiful, where I can go and just study upon my music, where I understand that yes, I promise you, if I talk to you, I promise you it's much better. I promise you it's much better. I promise you it's much better for myself to just be able to just deliver content in a way that I'm learning very quickly upon what's happening. And now what's happening with me is I have to go and also dwell upon understanding that I do have some food today to eat and drink. So that way I never have to go to the store. But for the past 2 days, I did save 2 hours of my life just never going to the store. So that way I'm learning very quickly upon the art of being able to just do myself over here. So what I do is just say in my spinning tracker here, I save 2 hours. I save 2 hours via walking to shops to get food and drink. I understand that what's important for myself is, yes, I can read while I'm actually doing my content over here, but I'm making sure that no matter what, that I can go and upload my Instagram photos now quickly while I speak to you, and that way I'm actually just dwelling upon making sure that you guys have something of a final resolution here where I can go and deliver content in a way that I'm growing. So I want to be able to just make sure that my music production here, in terms of my soundtracks, are coming into my files over here, while also being able to deliver a better way. So I need to go back into my nice and beautiful software here, so I can go and plan everything out to make sure I'm very careful to never collapse anything around me, so that I can do myself a favor here. And now I'll make sure that no matter what, you guys can always go into your nice and beautiful software here, and you can go into the pictures files, and you can go into your software or desktop, and you can be able to upload your content. And now, because I'm uploading my content, I'm making sure that you guys can understand what I'm doing. So I'm making sure that I just go and upload my MP3 files. But because I upload my MP3 files, I'm making sure I pause everything else. I'm pausing everything else in my dictionary here to be able to just do something that helps me grow in a way that I'm learning quickly upon what to do and why. And because I'm really, really successful upon what I'm doing, I'm making sure that you guys can always deliver that content, because what the content is right now, I understand, is much more about the nice and beautiful way of life where you can go and do something greater for yourself to be able to pronounce your name. So today, I understand I have promotion today. I have to promote myself today. And because I have to promote myself today, I understand that no matter what, I get my earphones out and I just listen to the nice and beautiful track. But I need to go and just do great and do greater regardless, because I understand that no matter what, that it's much more like that, where I can go and deliver content while actually listening to my music track is very, very important. Because I can re-listen and re-listen to my music tracks over again while talking to you. But yes, I'm so alone. I'm so alone these days. I mean, it's never the same anymore. I mean, it's never how it was when I was 16 years of age. I mean, what's the difference now? I mean, the difference now is I'm much greater than I was at 16. I'm doing much more than at 16 years of age. But those people that I was with, they're fucking all gone. I understand? I mean, they're all gone. If I talk to them, it's a waste of time to talk to them. I mean, that's it. But I realize I never talk to them anymore because they're just wasting my time always. I mean, they never care about their own legacies, or else they never care about their own way of life. I mean, understand? Because the whole thing is, understand that, or else everybody cares to some degree, but they're just people who have no information product that can help you in a way that they can, or else they can help you to some degree, but it's never what you need, really. I mean, yes, I mean, they're low value people, and that's why I just stay away from them. So what I do is I surround myself around better people, while also talking audio programs all day long. Because now, since I'm actually understanding a kind of way of being, and I'm understanding a greater way to be daily, I'm making sure I can go and deliver. And I have to be delivering something of content for myself to grow so I make sure to give you that kind of vibe, which is just speak better and speak better and speak better. I promise you guys, every single time when I speak better to you, I'm always delivering that nice and beautiful voice I have, because anything that's very beautiful in life is something that's succeeding, and something that succeeds today is something that you need to do. I mean, be able to succeed today and be able to recognize to upload your content online. I mean, when you do that daily and you're uploading your content online daily, you're always searching for that nice and beautiful way of life where you can deliver something. And because you can deliver something that's really you, and it's never suspect to do so, I mean, then you're focusing on making sure that you're loving your life, but just doing greater. And because I'm doing greater, I'm able to just focus upon delivering content in a way that's better for me, because what I need to do always is be able to see myself doing always more in a way of communication and words and everything. But I do remember Melbourne and how I was, and I was very young, and I'm still younger than ever before. But I'm understanding now it's very different. And because it's very different, I'm understanding I'm in a better position now than I was. I mean, why is that? Because I understand I'm speaking more, I'm talking more to you. And because I'm talking more to you, that's why I deserve greater success. But I have my biological grandmother to see and my biological family overseas to see very soon. I mean, now, since they are going to be around me so much, I'm going to be talking to you so much. And they're going to be like, oh, I mean, why are you talking so much to a phone? I have to. I have to talk to a phone so I can succeed and so I can do something greater for myself. So I can go and lift my status. I'm teaching you guys as much as I can. But yes, I mean, some people are going to watch my contents to a certain period of time and they're going to say, thank you, Danny. And then they're never coming back. I mean, understand, but that's why my job is to just keep helping you, until you get the picture of what I'm doing. And that's it. Probably once you get the picture of what I'm doing, then just go and do it. I mean, just go and do what I'm doing, and never even have to. I mean, never even read from me anymore. I mean, that's. I mean, eventually you're going to be like, oh, I mean, whoa. I mean, there's too much Danny going on around here. I mean, in a sense, so what you do is go and focus on yourself more, and understand that every single time that all you really need is Jesus Christ Bible. I mean, in a sense, so I'm never in, let's say, jealousy if you go to somebody else to read or something, because my job is simply to teach you as much as I can so I can teach myself to have a greater life. I mean, that's it. I'm just teaching myself here to have a greater life, and that's why I'm doing this audio program with you. I'm doing it for myself mainly so I can teach myself something. I mean, in a sense, I have to teach myself how to speak in front of people. But the only way to do so is to make sure that you guys are just people who are doing better in a way that I'm shaping you guys with ideas. And because I'm giving you these ideas very quickly, I'm never wasting time doing anything in my life. I'm never wasting time giving you guys content that helps me grow. I mean, do you understand? So what helps me grow the most is being able to deliver content that helps me in different ways to make sure that you guys are very successful, and that's it. Unfortunately, now because I'm saying that, I'm saying in a way that you guys need to deliver something that helps you to grow, and that's it. Unfortunately, now because I deliver this nice and beautiful content all the time to make sure I'm growing, I make sure I'm always much more than yesterday in different ways. But anyway, just make sure that you guys are growing yourself is what I'm saying. I'm sure the whole point of life is to make sure that you are somebody in a field of study where you're actually recording yourself in a way that you're learning and growing, because many people never even understand how to create audios. And because I understand much more, and I understand much more about life and devotion and success now than ever before, I mean, it's because I devote myself to greatness. And because I devote myself, into doing something that helps me grow, partially that's why I'm much more successful than other people. Because I choose to help myself to grow and communicate and communicate and communicate. I mean, because I do that always, I make sure anyway that what's important for myself today and always is to make sure I'm doing something that helps me to recognize a better picture. And because I recognize a better picture today, I make sure I'm successful in what I do. And that's it. I'm pretty sure that no matter what I do, I'm always looking for that nice and beautiful way of life where I can study. And because I can study something right now to succeed, I make sure that is why I understand life itself. And understand that way how to just make sure I'm growing in a way that's helping me move forward. I need to be helping myself move forward always. But then what I do is once I download my MP3 files into my phones, I make sure to go and give you guys something different, in a way that I'm giving you guys a different way or different type of communicational signal, so everybody can be much more successful, is the whole point of what I'm doing. I realize now, because I'm doing that always, I'm making sure that I go and upload my other content now online. And I need to always constantly be uploading my music production notes online, so I can be more successful, and that's it. First, now, because I never waste time, I never waste time, but what I want to do is I never want to trip over cables over here. I want to make sure I put my portable speaker on the floor here, because it does have a actual cable behind the speaker. And because it has a cable behind the speaker, I have to make sure that my portable speaker is never sitting on that cable either. And that way I'm always growing myself regardless of what's happening around the world. And I'm just making sure that my nice beautiful content over here is all working nice and clear, because that way I realize that what I need to be doing always is loving my life in a way that's helping me grow. And because I grow in different ways, I make sure that no matter what, that my life here is succeeding, because it's more about better communicational skills with people than it is anything else. Alibi. Because if you want to make money, if you want to make money today, all you need to do really is just make sure you're never stepping on cables, so that you can never damage yourself in a way that you're never damaging yourself, because you're better than cables and you're better than all this. But you're making sure that you never damage cables, otherwise you lose money. So never lose money. And make sure you understand that it's much more about making sure that you're giving people ideas regardless of where you're going throughout life. Making sure if you're somebody who understands something about life, then just make sure you never step on your technology, is what I mean. Respect what you have in life, and respect everything about you every single day, because it's about better communicational skills overall, is what I'm saying. Now, because I understand something about life much more today, I understand that I need to go and grow myself in different ways to make sure that I'm more successful upon life itself, to make sure that every single day of my life is going to be a blessing, to make sure that I have all the nice and beautiful recollection of what I need to succeed daily. So what I do is I focus on something that helps me grow. And what helps me grow today is a different way of life. A different way of life helps me grow. And that way I'm always lifting myself to the best degree that I can daily, to give you guys the best knowledge that I can daily. Because anything that's a great life today is a life that's worth it, and a life that actually makes it come true for you. First, now, you must understand, that's why you have to talk more. You guys have to talk more and more and more, is what I'm saying. The more you talk, the better. So be careful about your audio programs and how you actually do in life. But I'm never sick. I'm making sure I'm delivering content in a way that is helping me grow in a way of life. So what I need to do here is I need to be able to listen to my content fully and understand that. And understand that no matter what, you guys have to realize that my content here is something that needs to grow. And because I need to grow, I need to make sure I can listen to the whole track and everything in terms of what's going on. Because otherwise, yes, I can listen in the background slowly, but the whole point for me is right now to listen to my content over here, so I can really understand that kind of value. Because why? Because I need to produce a sound, and I understand that in the background it never really sounds something where I need to deliver. So what I need to do is I turn up the volume over here. I understand if I turn up the volume over here, I'm understanding that yes, I can listen to it like this. But the whole point is making sure that you can deliver your content. And if you just go and deliver the content while you actually listen to your music track, very nice and sweet for yourself to go, then make sure you understand I talk over everything. And because I do that, I make sure that anyway, I'm learning very quickly upon what's going on. And I'm making sure always that my nice and beautiful way of life is talking. And because I talk and I understand what's happening in my music track, I understand either way that I can actually talk to you while actually listening to my track much more louder and clearer. So to understand that no matter what, I can do a greater job to actually deliver content as well. It's much more. I want to make sure that anyway, the one I'm listening to is just to different parts of the track, so I can hear it to see exactly how it feels in terms of the whole track. I mean, it's a 1 hour and 20-minute track at first, so I'm listening just to the intro at the moment, which is 1 hour and 20 minutes, and then it goes into my middle part and then my final part. I'm listening to the intro and outro of my music, and then I have to go and create a middle line. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, it means that I have to go and create a middle of the track. I have to make the middle of the track. I mean, anyway. I mean, it means every single day that I have a nice and beautiful intro, which is 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I have an ending on my music track also. And because I have that, I also need to create a middle as well. I mean, yeah, I have 3 segments to my nice and beautiful track, and 2 of them are done at the moment, and I have to listen back to it. Or else now, anyway, or else since I actually go and grow myself differently now, I make sure you guys can understand now that I'm delivering content. And because I'm delivering content, I'm listening to the actual track. I'm listening to understand exactly how my music sounds. Or else that's my job. So what I need to do always is just that. I need to be listening to this content daily to focus upon something that helps me succeed. So as I really do life, I just go and focus upon really understanding always to be doing my life in ways that I'm uploading content to look good in life, because people give me money for that. I mean, people give me money to be able to see my Instagram. I mean, you understand? Because that's why I focus upon loving life and charging people at doors, because I understand it's so important for myself to be able to deliver content. But as I deliver content, I understand that why I realize that is why I live my life to the point of really being able to show for it and being able to show my nice and beautiful life in a way that I have to have more peace and quiet as well in my life, where I can focus upon something that helps me grow. But I'm understanding anyway that what's much more important than anything else is being able to experience your music sometimes in a way that you're learning. And now I understand that all I want to do here is I want to make sure that you guys have that nice and beautiful attitude. So if you want to do something that helps you succeed, then go and really dwell upon being able to just see your content over here. And as you see your content, just be able to go and dwell upon actually talking as well. But then guess what happens? I mean, then you have to also have some peace and quiet. And do you really? I promise you, yeah. Well, you must understand it's much more about also being able to just go and listen to your music without you having to speak on video camera or anything like that. I mean, this is where I say let God do the work for you in life. I mean, understand? I mean, that's how I see life. I see life in a different way. I make sure I do something different. But because I want to listen to my content in a way that for the first time round, I just want to listen to my music in a way that's helping me grow. And how is that possible? I promise you it's possible because I want to make sure I'm never losing time. I never want to be losing time about anything. Otherwise, I'll make sure that you guys understand this now. That since I want to listen to my music with just its nice and beautiful capacity of being start to finish, I mean, I have to finish the track in a way that I'm doing greater. I'm making sure I do that now, and I'll let it be because I want to re-listen to my track without having to speak to you, is what I'm saying. And why is that? Because I want to be able to listen to the whole scenario, and I want to be able to see the whole scenario so I can do greater, and that's it. Now, because I do that, I promise you it's much more how I feel, but it's much more how I need to do that. I need to do that because it's something new, and that's it.
I want you guys to understand that what's important for myself today is making sure I'm ahead of the crowd. So as I'm ahead of the crowd, I'm making sure that I can go and deliver better content. But what's important is understanding that if you find yourself alone, then it's the best way. I mean, it's the best way to find yourself alone because you have all the time in the world for yourself. But when you never have time for yourself, gosh, that's the worst thing. Gosh, the worst thing when you have to go into other people's lives to be with them, and then you have to chase them all the way because they never want to chase you. And then you have to call them to hang around with them, and then you have to go where they want you to go, and they want to do certain aspects of life, and then you have to follow them for some reason, and then you have to be around them for some reason. And when they say, hey, to pick them up at 5 o'clock in the morning because you're sleeping, and then if you never do it, then they never ever follow you. But if you go all the way for them, then they follow you. I mean, in a sense. So the whole thing is make sure they understand that other people want to drag your time away from you. And they are really, really, let's say, people who are never increasing their legacies much. I realize that a lot of the government today is trying to force people to work a 9-to-5 job. And those people who work the 9-to-5 jobs are slaves. I mean, they're slaves to whatever's happening in the world. And why is that? Because they feel that they are never ever amounting to much. I realize that since I'm actually talking now in a greater dimension, I'm making sure that I get ahead of the game. But it's because I understand anyway, that because I feel that I have to sleep in a way that I'm doing better than that, I'm making sure that I can go and really rest up and just have 1 hour sleep as well. So I can go and focus upon having a nap to do better for myself. And then once you do that, then focus upon understanding, then go and do your music production and go and do your life aspects of life. So today, in terms of promotion, to go out there and promote myself with business cards, I promise you no. I promise you, why is that? Because I feel I need another day to be indoors today. Is better for me to go and deliver music content today, and to be able to do some music production is much more for me today. But I have plenty of time right now to go and promote myself. So what I want to do is understand that no matter what, that there's plenty of time left, and there's about 2 weeks and 3 weeks now of time in terms of 18 days and more to promote myself. But what I want to do is understand I have to do more promotion than this. I understand either way, I just want to go around and I want to be able to leave my business cards everywhere so I can focus upon the greater life for myself, and that's it. I mean, focus on making sure that you're loving yourself in ways that you're enjoying yourself, and just realize that life is to be alone in a way that you're learning and growing along the way, while also making sure you look greater and also giving other people opportunities so that other people can see other people is the whole point. So if you're somebody who goes around and is encouraging yourself to promote other people, then understand this, that as soon as you do something to promote other people, then other people promote you. I mean, you understand? So be someone who understands how to role model yourself into greatness by actually understanding how to talk to people. But if you find out how to talk to people, then you're learning very quickly upon what you need to do to succeed. And that's the whole point. I mean, the whole point is make sure you're doing something today to help yourself out in different ways, and you're focusing on making sure that those people around you have everything they need to succeed. Roshi, now, you must understand that you can give the world to somebody, but if they never ever want to improve themselves, then guess what, Roshi? Then you must understand that everything you give them, Roshi, they still never appreciate you because they still never want to improve. But if you want to improve, then it's about the words you're giving. Roshi, it's about being intellectual in a way that you're learning much more about life itself, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're learning very quickly to speak on audio while you do all that. I mean, in a sense, so make sure you understand to never waste time about anything, but make sure that you are doing something today to help your life succeed, regardless of what you're doing. Because what you need to do is focus upon something that helps you grow. And now what helps you grow is a greater mindset for success in different ways, and making sure that if you strategize yourself into greatness, that you never scratch yourself, but be massaging yourself always. And to massage yourself always is much better than scratching yourself. And that way you have much more peace and quiet. And because you have much more peace and quiet, it's because you have no 9-to-5 job. And that way you have to understand that what's coming up for many people is the work of 9 to 5. And I understand that, but I'm ahead of the game. I'm ahead of them. I'm ahead of them by 6 years and more. I never have to go working a 9 to 5 job like they do, because I solidified my success in music production and also life coaching now. And you must understand that within 5 years, guys, you can change your life all around. I mean, you can change your life around daily if you just always recognize better habits and start improving yourself right now. Then everything's possible if you learn and grow. But if you never learn and grow, then life can be very hard. And life was very hard for me because I was struggling to learn and grow. I was struggling to speak. I was struggling to make money. I was struggling to have a girlfriend. I was struggling to drive a car. I was struggling to do everything, man. I mean, in a sense, so that is why I'm so successful today, because I realized that. I learned from it. I made sure to improve my life in ways that other people never did see it coming. And now suddenly they see it coming. I mean, I realize they see me improving. And now they can see it coming because I'm much more in the spotlight now than ever before. And because I'm in the spotlight, I'm always doing something to help myself succeed in different ways. But I'm understanding that, I promise you, I'm understanding that if they have pleasure around, and guess what? I promise you, it's never about the pleasure, but it's more about the talking. And I realize that every single day. I realize every single day how much more I can talk and how much more I can breathe and how much more I can do. So it's more about making sure that I can go and deliver content today in a way that's helping me move forward, because everything else is a byproduct. I mean, in a sense, I have to make sure I'm showering today. I have to go and groom myself. I have to go and also just deliver content in terms of music production today, and also audio programs here and there, and just be able to read as well. I want to be able to read with my mentors and be able to write content about life down physically as well. Then I understand anyway that the Camino is coming up with my biological Monday in about 3 months and more. And I want to make sure that no matter what, I have everything much more in preparation for success. So I want to do my first event. I want to have some more money, and then from that point, I want to create another event. I want to create multiple events before I go see my biological mother, and then I want to make sure that anyway, I just practice doing that, and I do it for free. I use the government's money to do everything, and that way I'm changing address, but I'm making sure no matter what that I learn very quickly that this event right now has to be so successful for me. So what I have to do really right now is make sure that I'm just growing myself for now, and I'm making sure I can go promote myself. And either way, that no matter what happens, I realize my event is very successful. And why is that? Because I made the first event possible, and I did what is required in terms of what is requiring of I to succeed. So no matter what I do, is I focus upon understanding that yes, I realize there is people coming to my event, but I have to market more. I have to go out there and put all these business cards into people's cars and everything. And it's just the beginning. I mean, it's just the beginning of a promotion, but it's the first one, and the first one counts. And now, no matter what, I realize from now on, I want to make sure I'm much healthier. I want to make sure I never want to get sick again. I want to make sure that no matter what, that this time around, I do better and better and better. And I focus upon loving my life in different ways to enjoy my life, and to focus upon growing my eyes and everything I have, and making sure every single time I can focus upon loving my life. So every single day I'm looking for opportunities. I'm looking for opportunities to be myself in a way that's helping me grow. First, I have to focus upon loving myself in different ways, and I have to focus upon making sure I have more than I need every single day, because it's never about the pleasure, but it's about the growth in the words. And if you can grow in your words, then you can do much more. But I'm understanding anyway that since I'm actually here, I'm actually understanding now that I'm somebody who is much more worth it. I'm doing greater. I'm making sure I have a greater life. And since that's the case, I realize it's much more how you feel. And now the feeling I have now is that I feel like just doing greater. And I want to understand that no matter what, that if you want to do anything to be your life in a way that you're regrowing yourself and you're doing something that's actually helping you, then focus on making sure that you have to go and give all the words out there to succeed, and make sure that you can grow yourself all the time. So focus on understanding that it's much more about the privilege of having your life be successful in a way that you're growing yourself. So if you want to grow yourself, Rush, the best thing to do about growth and everything in terms of expression is words. So all of that has to be words. I mean, all of your life has to be words. I mean, understand? But if you want to do anything
around life, then speak the words much more. I mean, talk the words much more than what you see and what you feel. I mean, why is that? Because the actual words of life that you want in life is to be successful with yourself, into high regard, to make sure that you have more than enough to be successful about, and to make sure that you're just living your life in a way that you're enjoying. So if you're enjoying your life differently and you're making sure that you have more than enough success and everything in terms of life, you're making sure all the time that you're going to be much more in what you're doing. So you just have to always focus upon giving that nice and beautiful attitude for yourself. But when you have a beautiful attitude all the time, just be able to express yourself and what you really feel, because the feeling of being able to be worth it all the time and being able to just enjoy the nice and beautiful aspect of life always, where you can always focus upon something that's really helping you grow. I mean, that's really, really what you need. I mean, what you need is to help yourself express yourself in a way that you're enjoying your life, because when somebody looks at you so strong, then be able to really, really recognize that and be able to love upon it in a way that you can express it. Because what expressing is, I realize, is making sure that you focus upon something that you want, and then understand every single day that you just want to be able to give. I mean, you want to give what they want you to give. I mean, that's what they want. So when they want that from you, or else they look at you in a way that they are admiring that. I mean, they just really, really want it from you though. Or else when they want it from you, just be able to grow from that. I mean, be able to express yourself, to show them, to give them, because that way they do want it. And because they want it, I understand it's much more how you have to understand straight away to love your life in a way that you're enjoying yourself, and you have to be enjoying yourself differently, and you have to be showing yourself all the respect in the world daily to be able to enjoy yourself. So the whole point is making sure that you have to have a brighter attitude for yourself. You have to make sure that no matter what, that if you're learning how to grow yourself, you're learning how to do the nice and beautiful way of life. I just have somebody who just says that I'm conquering the world, because I am. I realize that no matter what, that when I'm really, really lifting myself all the time, and I'm actually always growing myself, I have to be able to give. I have to be able to give that nice and beautiful devotion every single day, because they want it, and they want it so much that I have to be able to give them what they want, because that way I understand it's the words really, and what they really want is the words behind everything. I mean, the words behind everything is life. Those people who can give life can then, I mean, they can have more and more and more about whatever it is that you succeed with. And being able to understand that all the time, that no matter what, that if you're really, really learning your success, then realize I'm only the word I, but I'm understanding that no matter what, that it's more how I feel. And how I feel is helping myself to succeed in different ways, because you have to be able to enjoy yourself. So enjoying yourself in different ways is the best way. So just focus upon loving yourself in different ways, and focusing upon understanding that if you want to succeed in your life, then you want to be able to understand how to really, really give all of yourself all the time, because that's how you have to understand straight away that when they want you to give so much, that you have to give your communicational arts and integrity of what you want out of life, because that way it's so strong, isn't it? I mean, a strong life, I mean, a strong way all the time, but just for yourself to grow yourself all the time is nice and beautiful. So focusing upon understanding to just be able to really, really dwell upon that is something great. I mean, something great, which is your words. I mean, the words of life is something that you have to realize that it's much more about the words that you speak than it is the actual, let's say, devotion about anything else. So make sure you understand that the words is much greater and greater and greater throughout time, to focus upon that, because that's what helps you grow, and that's what helps you to do better quality audios, and it helps you to realize something. I realize when you can realize every single day of your life you can be successful, and you can show yourself and everybody else that you deserve what you need. But guess what? I mean, you never get old in the words. I mean, the words of life never get old. I mean, your skills and wisdom never gets old, but your physical body may get old. I mean, your physical body may get rusty, but your words is something that you need to develop. I mean, why is that? Because those people who develop words daily are the ones who are successful. And if you're successful, then you're working on being powerful in a way that you're enjoying. Because that's the whole point. I mean, the whole point is understanding that if you go and really, really want to, let's say, improve your life, then all you improve is the way you speak to people. I mean, there's nothing else to do. But since I'm understanding I'm ahead of the crowd, I'm ahead of the coronavirus, I'm never in hell, but I'm better than ahead, I'm better than everything. And that way I'm understanding that no matter what, I have no competition, because nobody else can be Danny Milivojevic in life. And that way I'm learning very quickly upon art and persuasion, and making sure that I can go and be better. But if you are somebody who has fatigue and then you have no fatigue anymore, then that's the greatest thing, because you never need to sleep when you never feel like sleeping. So make sure that you can go and grow yourself differently, is what I'm saying. And then understand that no matter what, that it's always about the words. So, I mean, the words of life is something that you need to do all the time, but just be able to keep uploading online and keep being able to just focus upon life. So if you can focus upon really, really never regretting anything that you do, but you're loving your life in a way that's helping you grow in different ways, then you're just focusing on promoting people. And as you promote people, you're then very successful in different ways, and you're making sure that you're showing people everything about you every single day. And then just go and talk it out as much as you can every single day. Just talk and talk and talk. And as you talk, you shall succeed, I promise you. I promise you, those people who are willing to talk more and more and more can also be greater. I promise you, I have nothing else to do except to talk more. But because I want to talk more, then I deserve better. I deserve to make sure I always have the best intentions. And the best intentions is what? I mean, the best intentions is making sure that you have to go and dwell upon something that helps you grow. Because if you understand how to grow yourself, and you understand that no matter what, that you go and visit what you want in daily life to succeed differently and always to have more and more, it's the best when you understand that. When you understand how to live life, and when you understand straight away to go and do life differently for yourself, then understand that no matter what, you have to go and perform the best kind of talent in the world, and just make sure you're expressing yourself regardless, because that's how you actually grow. I mean, growing means that you have to go and dwell upon making sure that people around you have a better way. And the better way is what? I mean, the better way is words. I mean, if you can speak those words daily, in terms of daily, then you understand that no matter what, that you always have what you deserve in a greater direction. So be able to just go and really, really enjoy yourself in different ways is the best way. So make sure you can do that for yourself and never scratch yourself, because that way you go and do something greater for yourself and you're actually enjoying your life much more. So if you want to do something to really, really, let's say, love life, then all you're really doing is you're enjoying yourself in different ways, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're really, really beginning to enjoy the whole process of everything. Because anything that's a nice and beautiful way for you is a beautiful way to say that you must be growing yourself in the best kind of ways, and be able to listen to whatever's happening around the world in terms of the nice and beautiful albums out there, because that way you're focusing on something that's really, really working. And what works for you never works for other people. I mean, in that sense, so everybody's different. But what you need to do always is never be lazy to write people's names, because you need to go and really, really dwell upon making sure that you have all that you need, in terms of all that you need daily, to make sure that you're successful. Because anybody who's very successful is really, really picturing a better way for themselves. So if you picture a better way for yourself daily, then you deserve all the success in the world every single day, because you're somebody who's willing to promote all these people, and that way you're somebody who has a great way of life, because you're somebody who understands something about life. And that way, because you understand about life something, then you're actually doing greater, and you're actually focusing on helping yourself to succeed in different ways, and you're making sure that you can lift people. And as you lift people, you're doing the nice and beautiful way of life over here, where you're enjoying yourself and you're looking at different aspects of life, and you're making sure that no matter what, that you're really dwelling upon making sure that you can grow. And that's the whole point. Yeah, I mean, the whole point is making sure that no matter what you're doing, that you go the long way in life, and go the longest way you can about communicational skills and words, and making sure that you understand that, because that way you're going to be feeling a nice and beautiful remedy of being able to speak more, and regardless of what's happening around the world, if you just speak more and talk more and talk more and talk more, then you always have more to promote. I mean, do you understand? I love life. Now, since I love life so much, I'm understanding that no matter what, that I always go and do the best I can to succeed differently, and to make sure that people have what they deserve. So what they deserve is a better word. I realize everybody deserves a better way to go and be free. So to be free today is the only way to succeed. So succeeding is the best option every single day. So I understand that with this video now, I want to be uploading it into actual Mega Drive just for now, and I just understand that, because if I really do something, then I have to go and really, let's say, dwell upon a better way and technique to go and grow myself. So I'm making sure that no matter what, I go and just upload it somewhere, in terms of just be able to go and inspire you in a way that I'm delivering content. So as I deliver content, I make sure that you guys can understand that there is always more content coming out from me, and I'm making sure to do greater. I'm making sure that what I need to do more is to just grow myself in different ways, to make sure that I have all the nice and beautiful ways of life every single day going for me in different ways. So I'm always delivering that art. I'm delivering the art of persuasion, and I'm delivering the nice and beautiful art of making sure that you guys have what you need every single day to succeed, because that's what it's all about. I mean, it's all about making sure that you are always practicing more about your behavior in front of people, and making sure that you look more professional is what it's all about, because everybody wants people who is professional in life. Because if you're never professional in life, then what are you doing in terms of life? I mean, make sure you're always testing. In terms of I testing the music part 2, I realize when I'm really understanding something, I'm always testing music in different ways. So I'm making sure that no matter what, I'm giving you ideas upon what I'm doing in daily life, because that way I'm learning something different, and because I learned something different, I deserve what I came for. I deserve something that's really helping me move forward. So what helps me move forward is just being able to keep the files inside of my nice and beautiful phone until I make better products. So just be able to understand that before you scratch yourself, just be able to never scratch yourself. I mean, be able to look upon, if you're scratching yourself, for example, then make sure that you are somebody who catches yourself out in a way that you never scratch yourself. And that way you always have a greater way of life, because you're somebody in a field of what you're doing in a way that you're growing yourself and other people is what it's all about. So if you're focusing on making sure that you have something much greater than other people, then it's making sure that you have a different life. So have a different life every single day, and focus upon understanding to just lift people in the best kind of ways, so that you can love your life, because that's the whole point, guys. I mean, the whole point is making sure that you have that nice and beautiful attitude. So the attitude of what? I mean, the attitude of being able to be greater. So if you want to understand, I mean, if you want to understand something about life, then just do you. I realize now, I just pause the audio very quickly when I need to, let's say, cough, or if I need to cough or sneeze or talk to somebody else, or just see some audio, or even something to write down, for example. Then I just pause the audio and I just continue somewhere else, because that way I feel I do better. And if you feel you do better, then just go for it. And that's how it is. I realize because I feel I do better in this situation, it's because
I understand that I want to be able to never disrupt you in the audio program, because I want to strictly be talking to you in a way that's helping you grow, and that's it. I just want to be making sure that you guys understand how to really grow yourself. But if you're covering yourself with a blanket and it gets too hot, then guess what? I promise you, just make sure that you're somebody who understands to be much more in a way of the great temperature that you must have, and make sure that your temperature is never too hot or too cold. So you just be in the middle line of temperature and just have that average temperature that you need so you never get sick.